My friends, we've all been there. We've all had people doubt us and question our abilities and tell us we can't achieve our dreams. Maybe it was a teacher who said you'd never amount to much. Maybe it was a boss who passed you over for a promotion because they didn't think you had what it takes. Or maybe it was a loved one coming from a place of concern, but still planting seeds of doubt in your mind. Whatever form it took. I know that feeling of having your beliefs, your ambitions, your very sense of self challenged by those around you. It can be incredibly demoring and demoralizing. It makes you question everything. Your skills, your judgment, your fundamental worth as a person. Here's what I want you to understand today. Those doubters, those naysayers, they don't define you. They don't get to decide what you're capable of or how far you can go in this life. Only you have that power. Only you get to write your own story and determine your own destiny. So many people go through life, letting the low expectations of others become a self-fulfilling prophecy. They hear you'll never make it enough times that they start to believe it themselves. They subconsciously start holding themselves back, quitting before they even really try because, well, what's the point if everyone says it's impossible? But not you. Not today. Today, you decide that you are not going to let someone else's doubts about you become your truth. Today, you decide to prove everyone wrong. Now, when I say prove everyone wrong, I'm not talking about some petty need to shove your success in the face of every doubter like, see? I showed you. That's small-minded and vindictive, and it completely misses the point. You know what I mean is this to tune out the voices of doubt from others and from that nagging inner critic. We all have, and instead tune into your own inner voice. That's the voice that tells you your dreams are achievable if you commit to them fully. That's the voice that reminds you of your strengths, your skills, your tenacity in the face of adversity. Tune into that voice and let it propel you past everyone's expectations and limited perspectives about who you are and what you're capable of achieving. Let it inspire you to dig deeper, work harder, and become more than anyone could have imagined, including yourself, on those days when doubt tries to creep in. Do you want to prove the doubters wrong? Don't do it for them. Do it for yourself. Become living proof that you are not what others said about you, but what you know yourself to be. Resilient, driven, abundantly able to smash through every obstacle and limiting belief that gets in your way. Does that sound like no small task? Well, you're right. It's one of the biggest challenges you'll ever face because it requires constant work on your mindset, your habits, your sense of purpose and worth. It requires tuning out distractions and the ever-present drone of other people's opinions about you. It means buckling down and putting in the work, day after day, with willpower and pig-headed stubbornness when the temptation to quit arises. So let me ask you this. Are you to making a liar out of everyone who ever doubted your potential? How fed up are you with playing small and letting others define the limits of what you can achieve? If that fire is burning inside you, then let me fan those flames, because that dissatisfaction with settling, that hunger to prove your worth, that's what's going to propel you to greatness. Now you might be thinking, but how? How do I actually go about tuning out the doubters and fulfilling my calling in a way that leaves no question that I defied everyone's expectations? Well, let me walk you through the process step by step. Step 1, get crystal clear on your why. Why does proving the doubters wrong matter so much to you? What dreams and ambitions are you fed up with putting on the back burner while others tell you it will never happen? What's your deeper purpose that you feel called to pursue? No matter what anyone says, dig deep here. Unearth the burning desire that's going to push you through the tough times. Write it down. Look at it every day. Let it become the touchstone you come back to when motivation starts to wane. Step 2, decide, once and for all, that you're going to reject every negative perception others have about you. Let me be clear. This isn't just a case of ignoring the doubters by putting your blinders on. It's not good enough. You have to actively refuse their version of reality about you. You have to override it by getting loudly, proudly, stubbornly clear about your own worth and potential. So look in the mirror and start telling yourself they're wrong about me. I am talented. I am capable. I can make this happen if I fully commit myself to it. Say it out loud with power and conviction, and don't stop saying it until you feel it in the core of your being. Step 3, make an honest assessment of what's holding you back. What fears, insecurities, and doubts have you subconsciously bought into, even from yourself? What habits, ways of thinking, or patterns of behavior do you need to overhaul in order to start operating at a level that proves the doubters wrong? This self-inventory is crucial because you can't just expect sunshine and rainbows after you decide to prove the doubters wrong. There's going to be work involved in reprogramming yourself and upgrading your capabilities. So get real with yourself about what needs to change in order for you to level up. Step 4, You seek out the expertise, mentorship, and resources you need to expand your skills and mindset. You don't have to do this all alone through sheer force of will, though some old-fashioned grit and determination will certainly be required. Find people who are already living at the level you want to reach and learn from them. Devour books, take courses, find a coach, or join a mastermind group. Do whatever it takes to absorb the knowledge and mindset upgrades that will enable you to spread your wings. Step 5, make a plan, but stay flexible. Having a roadmap towards your ambitions is crucial, but don't let it become restrictive blinders that stop you from seeing other paths and opportunities along the way. Every great journey involves course corrections based on new information and unforeseen variables. The plan is important, but what's more important is your commitment to continually reassessing and adapting in order to reach your ultimate goal of proving your doubters wrong. Step 6, take action, and not just any action. Massive, sustained, all-in action towards your goals. This is where you separate yourself from anyone who doubted you by doing the hard work, making the sacrifices, and putting in the reps until you become exceptional. Don't overestimate what you can do in a day, but never underestimate what you can achieve if you maintain that intensity and consistency over months and years. That's how you lay the groundwork to stun anyone who never thought you had it in you. Step 7, your mind and strip away negative influences. You're going to hit stumbling blocks and discouraging moments on your journey. It's inevitable. So surround yourself with inspirational words, images, examples of people who overcame doubters and achieved the impossible. Let those positive inputs reshape your self-perception when setbacks make you question yourself. And speaking of eliminating negative inputs, be ruthless about stripping negative people and toxic influences out of your life. You simply can't afford to subject yourself to that psychic DJ of doubt constantly playing in the background of your mind when you're trying to rise up and show your full potential. Step 8, celebrate your wins. But don't get complacent. Every goal achieved, every milestone hit, every time you surpass the expectations that others had for you, take a moment to savor that accomplishment. You've earned it through your hard work, commitment, and refusal to let anybody else define the limits of what you're capable of. But don't ever mistake those wins for having arrived or proven doubters wrong once and for all. That very mentality is what causes people to get complacent and lose their edge. No, those little wins should fuel you to keep setting bigger and bolder ambitions that leave absolutely no question that you are living a life of tremendous success on your own terms. Let each achievement lay the foundation for the next and the next and the next in a constantly upward trajectory. Step 9, pay it forward by inspiring others. Here's something that happens when you stubbornly and successfully prove doubters wrong. Your story becomes a beacon of inspiration for others who are being boxed in by low expectations. Your life becomes proof that it's possible to shed other people's limited opinions about you and rewrite the script of your life into something extraordinary. So pay it forward. Not share your story authentically. Be the motivational example that someone else needs to hear. Become a catalyst for others to stop letting doubters circumscribe the scope of their ambitions and potential. Because in the end, that's what this is all really about. Not petty revenge or showing up your doubters by shoving your accomplishments in their face. No, this is about the ripple effect your refusal to be defined by other people's doubts can have in expanding the realm of what's possible. For you, for those you inspire, for anybody who wrestles with having their dreams minimized by somebody else's limited perspective. So my final rousing call to action for you today. Tune out the damn doubters to stop making their opinions about you your truth and get busy laying the groundwork to shock the hell out of anybody who had the audacity to project limitations onto your amazing, unlimited potential. And I can't wait to witness it and celebrate. The unstoppable force you become as you see every doubter's opinion, like last year's dead weight, and rise up to claim the life you were born for. The world is waiting for you to show us all just how wrong we were in doubting your brilliance, your grit, your insistent commitment to achieving the extraordinary. Let's go get out there. Put in the work, weather every storm, and never forget the greatest conquest of all is to become an undeniable, living refutation of everyone who underestimated you. Now go prove them wrong. Here are some additional thoughts to extend and enrich the motivational speech on proving everyone wrong. Let's talk about the doubters themselves for a moment. Who are these people who tell you that you can achieve your dreams? Often, they are well-meaning friends and family who think they are protecting you from disappointment. Maybe they had ambitions of their own that didn't work out, so they project their personal limitations onto you as a form of misguided caring. Times. The doubters are those who are threatened by your potential. They want to keep you small so you don't outshine them or make them question why they settled for mediocrity. Their doubt isn't about you at all. It's a reflection of their own insecurities. And in some cases, the doubters are simply misinformed. They look at you through the lens of your past or present circumstances and fail to account for the power you have to transform yourself and your life through intense commitment and hard work. Whoever the doubter is, realize that their assessment of your capabilities comes from their own fears, limiting beliefs, and incomplete perspectives about who you are and what you're capable of achieving. Their doubts reveal more about them than you. The true tragedy is when we internalize those doubts and make them our own. When we mistake someone else's opinion for self-truth, we abdicate our rightful power to author our own extraordinary lives. But you, my friends, you will not make that mistake. You will not subconsciously mold your behavior and dial back your ambitions to make someone else's doubts a self-fulfilling prophecy. No, you're going to hold those doubters' opinions up to the blazing light of your commitment, work ethic, grit, and determination, and watch them be revealed as the baseless illusions they always were. Every time doubt tries to insinuate itself, you are going to fan the flames of your why. That burning sense of purpose that's driving you to overcome every obstacle in your path. That why is going to become the lens through which you see the world and interpret everything, including the doubters themselves. When you understand and internalize your why at the deepest level, the doubters become natural. You effortlessly brush away in pursuit of your mission. Your raison d'etre, their words lose all power over you. But let's go a step further. Not only will you neutralize the impact of doubters by anchoring into your why, you are going to use those doubts as jet fuel for your motivational furnace. You see, deep down, we all want to be seen, to be known, to have our talents and uniqueness recognized and celebrated by those around us. When people dismiss that part of us, it hurts. It smarts. It makes us want to shake them and yell, "Don't you see who I really am?" Well, that's exactly what you're going to do. By proving the doubters wrong through your achievements and impact, you will be shouting your brilliance, grit, and ability to reshape your reality through sustained effort from the rooftops. Every milestone you hit, every win you rack up, that's you wordlessly putting doubters on notice that their opinion of you has expired and been utterly shattered against the rocks of your commitment to becoming more than they ever imagined possible. So start a list of all the times people doubted you and dismissed your ambitions or put limits on your potential. Read that list daily and let it infuse you with the burning desire to issue an undeniable, living repudiation of every single doubt that was ever expressed. You know that they is coming from a place of fear and limited perspective, often with no firsthand experience of how profound and transformational your work ethic and tenacity can be when you lock onto a target. Well, it's time to replace their doubt with awe. Their dismissive scoffs with open-mouthed amazement. Their limiting beliefs about you with reverence at what you've achieved through your bold commitment to proving them monumentally wrong. Can you feel that fire being stoked inside of you? Can you sense that rising tide of oh yeah? Just watch me, welling up in response to any doubts being placed on your potential. Beautiful. Let it burn bright. Let it fuel your obsessive planning, your relentless work habits, your momentous personal growth as you leave the doubter's version of you in the rearview mirror. They are about to become witnesses to what's possible when someone flat out refuses to accept arbitrary limits placed on their dreams. In the days, weeks, months, and years ahead, you will experience setbacks. There will be times when you question everything, and those old doubts try to creep back in. This is the human experience, the cyclical waxing and waning of our faith in ourselves. But here's what will be different for you. When those moments of doubt and uncertainty arise, you won't indulge them. You won't unconsciously start dialing back your efforts and managing down your expectations to make the doubter's prophecies a self-fulfilling reality. No, you will smash through those moments by reconnecting with your why and reflecting on just how far you've already come in defying people's expectations about you. You'll give yourself a moment to regroup. But in that moment, you'll recommit, not retreat. You'll dig down and excavate reserves of resilience and determination that will shock even you. And then you'll keep charging forward with a vengeance. Because that's what you do now. You don't just have dreams, you achieve them through sheer force of will. You don't just spark doubts in people, you reduce those doubts to ashes and keep rising on the glowing embers of your relentless pursuit of growth and reinvention. That's your new superpower. Courtesy of the life-changing decision to prove the doubters wrong. When setbacks, pain, disappointment, and moments of weakness come, they will. You will respond with a level of resolve and determination that reshapes the universe to accommodate your ascent. So yes, you will stumble from time to time. But you will pick yourself back up with a grittier, hungrier, more potent commitment to become more than anyone could have imagined, including your former self, who once let doubts linger a little too long. That person is gone. In their place is an unstoppable force, a living, breathing contradiction to every doubt that was ever thrown your way, an inspiring exemplar of what's achievable once you summon the raw power to reclaim your self-belief in defiance of other people's limited perceptions. You will strip away illusion after illusion until you refine yourself into a supercharged, self-actualized version of yourself that leaves a trail of awestruck believers and newfound inspiration in your wake. How powerful would it be to radiate certainty and conviction about your limitless potential in a way that discourages doubt in others? To become a bonfire of inspiration that gives people no choice but to see the transformative force of human potential. That level of impact is yours for the taking when you wage total war on doubt, both from others and from those nagging inner critics we all battle from time to time. So that's my final call to you. Become the living, breathing, inspirational eradication of doubt. Do it for yourself and what you're capable of achieving once you disconnect from other people's limited perceptions. But also do it so that you become a beacon of proof for what's possible when someone simply decides to reject the shackles that doubts and low expectations place on their ambitions. When you strip away all that psychic weight, you free yourself to soar as far as your wildest dreams can take you. And in so doing, you quite literally reshape the realm of what's possible. For yourself, for those you love, and for everyone who needs proof that doubters can be vanquished, potential can be maximized, and incredible transformations can be achieved through sheer commitment, effort, and belief in oneself, that person of living inspiration may very well be you. I can think of no better affirmation of your ultimate power or greater responsibility to serve as a shining example of what's achievable beyond the boundaries of other people's doubts and fears. So let's do this, my friends. Let's prove the doubters wrong by living our biggest, most extraordinary lives in vivid defiance of their misguided and limiting opinions. Step up, stand up, dig in and soar. Your moment to start proving doubters wrong is here. Seize it with every fiber of your being